This video is about how to sharpen a kukri or any kind of blade. This is MK4 model. It is already sharp and not razor sharp, but it is kind of razor sharp also. It is taking off hairs of the screen, and because it has good edge retention, so it is not dull very much. So we are going to talk about how to sharpen a blade. So we will start with some basics. Here is my laptop to give you the general concept of how to sharpen the blade. These are the kind of edges that we have in knives, blades, swords, or anything. This is the kind of sharpness that we are not going to use because it is not meant to be used on kukris. It is very prone to break. Okay, this one is used for chisels. We can either use this or use this, and this one also. This one can be made by the machines only. We cannot do this by hands, and it is one of the strongest type of edge that you can have in your blade. It is less prone to be dull and less prone to break, but it is hard to sharpen because it can be done only by the machines. And this, we can skip this one. This one is a good it has two bevels, so one is this and second is this. We can either use this or this one, and eventually if you have this kind of blade, even my current kukri has convex edge, but eventually after sharpening it becomes either like this or compound double bevel kind of this kind of. All right, and the concept of making the blade razor sharp comes with the smoothness of this portion. We have to focus on this area. We have to make it as smooth as possible. All right, now we will start. This is a 60,000 and 1,000 grit stone. From here this is 60,000 and from here it is 1,000, and you can buy this on Amazon or on my website also, on Flipkart or any other e-commerce website. So the concept of grit basically means the roughness. If a stone has less number of grits, that means it is more rough. It means it has more grains. It will be hard to move my hand, and it will take off the metal very rigidly, very roughly. And if the stone has high number of grits, that means the stone is smooth. So we are going to use smoother portion because our blade is not very much dull, and we do not need to use the rough side to sharpen it. All right, now second thing that comes in sharpening is to maintain an angle. Now we will talk about one of the most important part about sharpening a blade is the angle. What angle we should maintain while sharpening a blade? One of the sharpest angle for the blade is 15 to 17 degree angle, but it is more prone to break and get damaged, and it is the suitable kind of angle which is more suitable in kitchen. All right, now other one is 17 to 22 degree of angle, which is used on knives, but it is also more prone to break. So I will get to the point. The perfect angle for kukris, axes and machetes is the angle of 30 to 35 degree. So I will maintain the angle of 30 to 35 degree to sharpen, and the reason we are choosing this angle is that it is a utility tool. it is used for chopping woods, chopping bones, chopping anything that you need for bushcrafting purposes, for all the utility kind of purposes. So you need to have a kind of edge which is less prone to break and will last longer. So 30 to 35 degree of angle of edge will last longer. So I'll start with it. I will apply some oil, and I've already told you why I'm using 60 grit portion of this stone, because my edge is not very much damaged and I just need to polish it. So maintain the angle and move your hand in this direction. Now the problem with sharpening a kukri is that it is a recurve blade. If it would have been a straighter blade, it would be more easier to sharpen it, just like this. So what we are going to do, we will treat each angle, each part of the blade as the straight blade. So this here to here we will sharpen like this, then we will curve it like this, and this like this. Okay, now we'll apply some oil and start. And the pressure, you should maintain the pressure of 400 grams to 500 grams or less, but not more than that. Now we will do on the other side. It is important that you maintain your angle, so with practice you will be able to do this. And ignore this broken edge, it was damaged because of my mistake, and it won't cause any problem in sharpening. Now always make sure when you move your blade along the stone, always put your nail like this, move your hand nail like this. So if you find any resistance which is pulling your thumb backwards because of some resistance, that means there are burrs and you have to remove the burrs. So if I do on this side, it is smooth, but if I do on this side, see, my nails are stucking. That means it has a burr, and that is the point where which I have to remove. I will apply some water. And each portion, each side of the blade, you have to do equally. I will do one last grind before giving it a final finish. Now always keep in mind, you have to do two things while sharpening a blade. First is to maintain your angle. You should not go down, not go too much above, just maintain the right angle, and the right angle is 30 to 35 degrees for kukris. Now you see my nails are not stacking, that means there are no burrs. I think on this side we have some burrs, so just to, now it's fine. No, it's not. Now it is fine. Now we can move to the second step, which is stropping. Now you remember I told you about the point where we work the most. This is the point. This is the point, and we have to make it smooth, and it cannot be done with this grit of stone. It should be done with a leather or a cardboard or anything which is smooth. So I have leather here with me. What I'll do, I will apply more pressure and do it 3-4 times or 15-20 times like this. Each side should be done equally, otherwise you will not get good results. This is one of the important step. Make sure to do each side with equal amount of strength, and that should be more strength, an equal number of times. And the leather which I am using is a raw leather, so on the other side it is smooth and this side it is kind of rough. Now let's see what we have achieved. Oh, see, it just shaved off the hair very smoothly. The blade is razor sharp officially. So that is how we sharpen the blade. Now, so always remember there are two steps. One was on the stone and other was on the leather, and you have to maintain the angle of 30 to 35 degree, equally grind, and use the force of around 400 to 500 grams, or you can use lesser force. Always maintain your angle like this, and each side should be done equally. So I will summarize everything once again. Use a stone with higher grits depending on the level of dullness you have on your blade. If it is more dull, then use less grain of stone. If it is less dull, then use higher grits of stone. Now maintain the force of 300 to 500 grams, and each side then maintain your angle of 30 to 35 degree and grind each portion equally. If you are doing 5 times here, then do the 5 times here also. After doing that on the stone, come to a leather or a cardboard. You can use cardboard also, but leather is fine. And if you don't find the leather, use your belt. You can use your belt also, the back side of the belt. And here also you will follow the same step in stropping. 5 times here, 5 times here. Maintain a good angle and apply more force. Here you can apply 1 kilo or 2 kilo force. That is how I do every time, and it's quite visible that the blade is razor sharp and I'm not applying any good force. Now paper cutting test. Actually in paper cutting test it requires this skill. There are techniques which I'm not aware of. Still we are going to try. Okay, so because of this broken part we are not able to cut, but I'll do from this. Alright. Yes. Yes, the blade is sharp. So this is the video, and this is what I wanted to inform you. This was one of the things that I wanted to inform. The reason we use this blunt knife is for honing. When you have birds around here or the other side, then we use like this to sharpen the blade, to hone the blade. It is not for sharpening. It will not make your blade